and welcome back to Chromatic Knits. For anyone who's new, welcome. For anyone that's returning, welcome back. I love having all of you here. This is a podcast all about knitting and crafting and just a general love of the fiber arts. So we have a few announcements to make to start off with. First thing, our Finish It Mal is coming to an end, so please, if you haven't already, make sure that you get your FOs put into either the Ravelry threads. We have a Ravelry group for Chromatic Knits podcast on Ravelry. You can put it in the FO thread there, or you can put it on Instagram in hashtag Finish It Mal. I will be checking both of those. The last day for that is September 30th, so please be on the lookout for that. That is coming up very soon. I'm so excited to see what all you guys have finished, and I will pull a winner for that next time I podcast. So I'm excited for that. I know I have been working on getting a lot of things off of my needles because the West Knits shawlography is coming up. It's almost here. We just have a couple more weeks and then it will be the day. My kit has shipped. I'm so excited. I keep checking the mailbox like every day and checking the door every day. I'm like, did it come today? Because I keep seeing on Instagram that people have started receiving their kits and I'm like, did mine come today? Did it come today? So I keep checking. So I'm hoping it will be here in the next week. That would be fantastic. And then one other thing that's going on, in case it's been going on for a couple weeks and I've been meaning to mention it on here, but I just keep forgetting. Downseller Studios, which is another podcast, they have their own Ravelry group. And unfortunately for those of you who don't use Ravelry, I believe they do have a hashtag on Instagram that you can use. I think it's hashtag Pigskin Party 2021, but I would double check that. But it's called the Pigskin Party. And what it is starting September 1st, they do a kickoff. And so it's basically for the football season. During the football season, you get assigned to a team, and then everything that you finish, you submit for points. So, and if you do certain things, like if you use a pattern from a sponsor or use a yarn from a sponsor of the Pigskin Party, you get a special amount of points. If you make a certain type of project during a certain time frame, you get a special amount of points. You get additional points on top of what you would have already gotten. So you get points for yardage for your project and for your team. So I am on team 8. I can't remember what our team name is. We just came up with it, but if I remember it, I will post it down below. But we are team 8. And it's something that I did last year. You can join at any time. So it goes through February. It goes through the Super Bowl. So you still have time to join and get on a team and participate if you want to. And yeah, so you still have time to do that. I joined late last year and it was still fun. Was able to get involved with the team. Some teams are more competitive than others, but if you're joining late, more chance you're going to be on a team that's a little bit more laid back, which is really good. If this is your first Pigskin Party, I would highly recommend that. So that is something that's currently going on. And they do have a lot of prizes and things going on too for that. So if you head over that way, that might be something fun that you might be interested in. All right, so I did pull a winner, but I will announce it at the end for our 20 subscriber drawing. So please stick around to the end. I will announce that at the end. All right, so I've worked on a couple things this week. I have a hoe. So I finished the first sock. Okay. This is a big sock, yeah, I know. But it's how it goes. So this is the vanilla sock pattern on 9-inch, or vanilla sock pattern on a magic loop by Kay the Crazy Sock Lady, and I'm using Nicole C. Mendez's Avada Kedavra colorway on her 100%. It's her 80-20 base, so it's 80% merino, 20% nylon. It's not super wash, I don't believe. And then, so that one is done. And then I've started the second one. So no second sock syndrome here. And I'm really working to get this off the needles this week so I can start something else. So yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. Really loving this. Again, using size 1 needles. And these are Knit Picks 32-inch circular needles. I'm really liking those. The only thing I don't like about them is that where the join is between the needle and the cable is a little rough sometimes getting the yarn over that, but other than that, they work really well. So, highly recommend. And this is in my Fancy Boy Designs bag. Love this bag. Gotta love my Star Wars, right? Right. Next, I gave some love to my Danny Boy cardigan. So this is a long-term whip that I've been working on. This is going to be a present for my dad. So there is my progress keeper. So that's what I've knit in the last week. This is using Knit Picks. Let's see. Knit Picks City Tweed, which is their Aran weight yarn, and this is in the Orca colorway. So you can see little flakes of black and white in with the gray. I really like it actually. So, and I think it's perfect for this project. I'm using size 9 Chowgu needles, and I believe this is my 40-inch cable for this sweater. So, or for this cardigan rather. So it's coming together. Really liking that. I'm working on that for that Harry Potter group that I told you about last week, the House Cup. So it's a big project to work on, but I'm really enjoying it, and I'm hoping to get it done by the end of November. So that is kind of my potato chip knitting. You know, I'm like, just one more row, because right now it's just stockinette because I'm just on Body Island. So I just need to get to 17 inches of the body, and then I do whatever's next in the pattern. I haven't looked ahead. Is that terrible? No, it's not terrible, because honestly I'll forget what it says anyway, even if I did look ahead. So that is started. It is still ongoing. I mean, so I haven't worked on that in a couple weeks. And then I started so I have all these scraps, and like not minis, but just like scraps from things. And so I decided to start a Cozy Memories blanket with just scraps. So so anything that is less than 5 grams of yarn is going to go in this blanket, or anything that is a scrap from something. So this is my first square. The green is a sample that I got from Miss Babs in the sparkle colorway, or in the sparkle yarn. I have no idea what the colorway is. I lost the little piece of paper that it was attached to a while ago. But this gray is Knit Pick Stroll in the ash colorway that I used to make my partner's first pair of socks. So that's my first square, and I'm going to be starting a second one. So I completely get how these are like just mindless knitting, which is good. So I have, my next one will probably be in this yarn, which is the leftover yarn that I have from the shark mittens that I made a couple weeks ago, that I finished a couple weeks ago. So, and I still have a bit of that Knit Pick stroll, so I'll probably do a full square or two in that, but this is just a way to use my scrap yarn and not just let it sit around forever. So yeah, so that's basically all I've been working on this week. I do have a couple of acquisitions. So I am a patron on Patreon of A Homespun House, and I am part of the tier. So there's a couple different tiers. There's a tier where you can just get access to the videos. There's a tier where you can get mini skeins every month. And then there's a tier where you get a sock set and mini skeins every month. So I am in the last tier, the sock set and the mini skeins. So if you are part of that Patreon and you haven't received your August yarn yet, please look away. And I would jump a couple minutes ahead from now. But these are the mini skeins. So the colorways for these are Wild Oat, Burke, and Velvet. So I think this is Wild Oat, this is Burke, this is Velvet, I'm guessing. And this is in her 75-25 base. So there's 165 meters, 180 yards. And this is 30 grams. So each of these is a 10-gram mini, or 2 ounces, depending on how you're measuring your yarn. And then, like I said, I got the sock set too. So this comes with 70 grams. So it's a 50-gram skein and then a 20-gram mini. So this is called Trick or Treat. And this is in her soft sock fingering, which is her 75-25 base. This is 294 meters or 322 yards. And it's 70 grams rather, which is 3.5 ounces of yarn. So if you can see all those really great, like, kind of golds and browns and reds, and then with the pinks and the blacks and the oranges in the mini. So that's going to be super cute. I think this is going to be socks for me. And this is a one of a kind, so she doesn't sell these in her shop. Unfortunately, you have to be a patron in order to get that. Sorry for the crinkle. And then I shopped her shop. So she pulled all of her Harry Potter colorways out of the vault and had them available during the month of July. So I ordered 3 skeins of this, which is Dementor's Kiss. So it's got some blacks and some purples and some teals in there. It's beautiful. I love it. You can see all of that. So I got 3 skeins of this. I'm planning to make a shawl out of it. I got it in her soft sock base, which is her 75-25. If you've never held a homespun house, I don't know what is in this soft sock, but it is magic. It is so soft. This is a 100-gram skein, 370 meters or 407 yards in this skein. So I got 3 skeins of that. I'm just in love with her yarn always. So that is that. And that is all that I've received. It's not all that's on order, but it's all that I've received this week. And then, oh, other announcement thing that I was going to say too is that if you're looking for yarn and you're a Knit Picks fan, Knit Picks has their 20% off everything sale this weekend. So I would head over there like ASAP because I think it's going to end soon. So definitely check that out. And then I'm going to be casting on my first pattern sock this week, so that's exciting. I'm going to be trying the Hermione's Everyday Sock pattern. which is a free pattern on Ravelry if you want to check that out. It's a patterned sock on the top of the sock, and then it's vanilla on the bottom. So I'm going to be checking that out. I'm really excited about it. If you have any tips or tricks for patterned socks, let me know. My plan is to kind of use a mix of the Hermione's Everyday Sock pattern and what I've learned from the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla sock patterns. This will be my first pattern sock, so we'll see how it goes. It's going to be for me, so yeah, so this will be my first socks that I make for me, which is exciting. So I'm excited to see how those turn out. Other things, so I have other yarn on the way, so hopefully that will be here for next time. I will not be podcasting next weekend, I don't think. I may sneak one in before next Sunday, but I'm just busy next weekend and just don't think I'll have time. So that is something that may be coming up. And then our winner is Shannon Judiski for the 20 subscriber giveaway. So Shannon, please reach out to me. You can either find me on Instagram as Chromatic Knits, or you can email me at chromaticknits@gmail.com, or you can message me on Ravelry, whichever one you feel most comfortable with. Please send me your name and your your address, so I can get that mailed out to you. It'll probably go out not this week but next week. And if you have any like allergies or anything, let me know. Some people have wool allergies or wool sensitivities, so I just want to make sure that I send you something you can actually use, because that hadn't really come up. And then I had a winner who was couldn't use 100% wool, so I switched it out for a linen yarn instead. So make sure that you send me that information. I think that's going to be it for this week. It's going to be a short one. I will have more knitting next time, especially if I go 2 weeks. But like I said, go check out the Pigskin Party. Check out the Ravelry group. Remember, you have a few days left for the Finish It Mal. Use the hashtag on Instagram or put it in the thread on Ravelry. I will look in both and pull a winner. I'm really excited to see what you're working on. So please, if you are making anything and you finished anything within the last few weeks, put it in there. I would love to see it. Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you probably in 2 weeks. All right. Bye, everyone.